What's up? What's up, Facebook? It is time for Mom Chat. And I'm going to be on for just a little bit tonight because I know it's the holiday weekend and everybody is enjoying themselves getting out there. Let me pull Instagram on real quick. I always like to do these for my moms who catch them later. And so y'all get these good tips. So let's see. All right. So tonight we're going to be talking about how to create a fall schedule. And I went ahead and made some notes for myself. Let's see. What's up, y'all? What's up, everybody? It is time for Mom Chat. Now, you know, every week on Sunday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, you can meet your girl right here. Last week, I was a little bit under the weather, had a whole bunch of stuff going on. And so I was like, okay, let's catch our breath and let's come back next Sunday. So if I'm never going to be on, if I'm not going to be on, either I'll record a video so it still drops for you, or I'll let you know ahead of time. But this week I said, hey, what do you guys want to talk about? What's up, Insta? And my neighbors are so rude with the honking car, but they just turned it off so good. All right, I was like, the show must go on. We got to do what we got to do because I know y'all are waiting on me. And so I said, what do y'all want to talk about next? And I said, you know, how about creating a fall routine? So here's the deal. We get into the summer routine. And so it's back to school already for us down here in Texas. And East Coast, y'all are getting ready to go back, right? So I got a little bit more time than the rest of us. And so California, I don't know what y'all do, but I'm sure y'all enjoying that good weather out there, right? And so, you know, I'm like, you got to get like back into the swing of things, taking the kids somewhere in the morning, whether that's to daycare, whether that's to school, whether that's to whoever the caregiver is for them. Maybe it's preschool for some of y'all. Maybe it's, you know, I don't know. Maybe it's, you know, anywhere you got to take them. I used to take mine to my mama's house sometimes. And so maybe you're taking them to a family member. But whatever you have to do, now you have the problem of getting kids up. And I don't care what age they are. Sometimes it's a problem. And I have teens now. And so I have a 6 a.m. get up. No, actually, we get up like 5:30. And I have to get my youngest, who's a senior in high school this year. Woo! Oh, thank you, Jesus. Yes, it's been a long time coming. And yes, I just said thank you. And some of y'all are like, oh my gosh, I don't want my babies to leave. Listen, I've been doing this thing a long time by myself. I'm ecstatic for these people to be going off into their future and their lives. They just got to come back and see me sometimes. And so 6 a.m. he has to be at school. And I am like, oh my God. So sometimes I have his brother take him, and then sometimes I take him. And let me tell you, it's painful. It never gets easier. But I have found that with my kid, I have to have him do things the night before, or we're not going to get out the door on time. And so that's why I want to talk about creating a fall routine. So you got to get to work. They got to get to school. You got to get everybody situated and organized. And there was a time when both my boys went to school with me, because many of you know I'm an educator. And I would be stuck at that school from early in the morning until late at night. And people would be like, go home. And I'm like, I have a kid in wrestling and a kid in football. And at one time I had 2 kids in wrestling and 2 kids in football. Yes, they were both playing both sports. And although that is awesome, there's always practice after school. There's practice before school, and there's meets and games. So this one has a meet over here. This one has a game over there, and they're on the same day. You know, so you got to pick which one am I going to go to. And some days I just was like, have an amazing time. I love you. I'm rooting for you. I'm going home. And so what's crazy is the one day that I didn't go to my oldest game in junior high, well, not junior high, in his junior year, the dude breaks his ankle. Anytime you're at home having some self-care and you see your kid's coach's phone number run across your phone, it's not good. I'm like, what's wrong? And he's like, how you know something's wrong? What is wrong? You're supposed to be calling the football game. You're supposed to be coaching the football game. I know something is wrong. And so anyway, this is why you need a fall routine, to keep yourself together, to make sure you have sanity, to make sure you know where are your breathing moments, right? That you don't feel guilty about. And it took me a while to come up with this. And no, it's not perfect. And yes, I have my days where I'm rolling my eyes and the kid doesn't get up on time. I'm over in my room thinking, oh, okay, any minute now he'll be saying, hey, let's go. I had my breakfast. I got my this, got my that. He overslept, never heard the alarm. So we do have to do double duty, right? All right. So if you don't know who I am, I'm Kwanda Lamb, the winning single mom. And I've been a single mom for longer than I had planned. And originally it was not the plan, but life happens, right? I think that's the same for most of us. There are some women who call themselves solo parents and they decided, hey, I want to have a baby, so this is right for me. I love y'all. God bless y'all. But let me tell you something. This here, right here, this unplanned, this unexpected, it has been some stuff that's come along with it. And I had to learn as I was growing up myself and maturing and figuring out how to still love me and chase my dreams and take care of these beautiful little boys who right now are 17 and 19. And so welcome, welcome, welcome. I call this Mom Chat. It's for us to get together on a Sunday, chat about what's going on in our lives. And hopefully today I drop you some good tips. I blog, I write books, I speak, and I coach. And you can find me over at kwandalamb.com if you want to learn more. All right, so let's talk about this fall schedule. What's up, what's up, what's up, Shay Cannon? Hey, Angela. Let's talk about this fall schedule. So obviously, mine kind of revolves around what I do with my children. Many of you are starting businesses. Many of you are business owners. I know Angela is a fabulous nail technician. I don't know if we want to say just technician, but I know she has her own business. She will come to you. I know Miss Shay Cannon is also the back end of my business, and she is an awesome mom and entrepreneur and rock star, and she helps women like me keep our businesses flowing, moving, and running, because she helps us with our systems and organization, and I super love her for that. And so let me see who else is on here. What's up, what's up? Hey, the Phoenix Joy, the Phoenix Joy. I remember when I met you last year, sweetie, that you owned a couple businesses and they were really doing well, and you had to figure out, okay, hold up, let me see if this is still what I want to do. And I know you're an awesome rock star mom as well. So thanks for being on it. Anybody else that pops on, say what's up. Pop your questions over there. But I made a few little notes because I wanted to remember what I wanted to talk to you about. So let me just share with you the first step. All right. So when you're talking about getting your life in order and organized and decreasing the chaos, because I have to do this because I have a million ideas. Trust me, Shay knows it. She knows it. And I'm like, listen, this is business, let's do it. And so working full time, raising children, building side hustles on the side, turning them into businesses, it's a lot. And still showing up as a mom and still having the mom guilt from time to time, right? We all have it, right? And so if you're in that space, you need to pause and breathe and take some moments to yourself, take some time to yourself and say, okay, I can do this. I can get my chaos organized. And so what I like to do first is I like to say, look ahead to see what's coming. Like we typically know what's happening. I asked my kid and he's just like, I don't know. And I'm like, okay, I know that the football schedule is posted. I need it so that I can know when I'm expected to come show up for you, holler for you, rah, rah, rah. Okay. So I can organize my schedule, make sure I'm not dealing, with any clients, because it's not always on Fridays. Sometimes they do stuff on Thursdays. There are going to be parent meetings, and I like to show up for some of that stuff. So I need all of the info. I need all the details. And so a lot of schools will send that out to you. You get all that in front of you, along with your life, your commute to work, your work hours, whatever it is that you do. If you're working from home, if you are an entrepreneur, what does that look like for you? So you can put you and your children on your schedule. So look ahead. So I've already done the work of looking ahead for the next 4 months. We got September, October, November, December. We know it's going to be busy in September, October, and November. Then toward the end of November, we're going to have Thanksgiving. And toward the end of December, we're going to have Christmas. So we're going to have a break in there. But for a good bit of the fall, we're going to be hitting the ground running. What's it look like in the morning? Are you having what I had with my kids when we had to have a come to Jesus meeting one time? And it only took one time because mama went off, all the way off. And we've never had that again. But these people overslept 3 times in one morning. And so I said, okay, what do I have to do? I feel like they're old enough that I shouldn't have to go wake them up and stay on them, but so that I can have peace of mind in the morning, get to where I'm supposed to be, get them to where they're supposed to be. There's something I'm going to have to do that I don't want to, then make sure that they're on time, right? And so what I started doing is I said, okay, everybody is going to be picking out their outfits for the next day. Tonight, you can pick out a couple different ones if you're unsure, but I need you to have that backpack put together, because let me tell you something, my youngest, I love him. But that boy is looking for his ID every day. He's looking for his shoes. I'm like, are you kidding me? There are not too many places these things can be. And so in our house, I have a certain spot every day when they come in. This is where your ID goes. These shoes, they go all the way into your room. You're not going to be putting them all over my house. Okay. And you need to have a certain spot for them. Okay. Pick your different pair of shoes that you want. Pick your little outfit. You know, they care about that now with girls and all. It is crazy how much I'm like, and you're still in a t-shirt and jeans. I mean, what took so long, right? Picking the right t-shirt, the right jeans, don't you know, mama? And so the routine for them is I need you to always have your backpack in a certain spot so you can pick it up and grab it already with all the things in it. Okay, so you need to do that the night before. I need you to have your ID where it needs to be. For some reason, he doesn't like to have it in his backpack. It needs to be just so he can put it on and fine. Another place I said was, why don't you just always hang it on the back of your room door? And then you just always grab it. Teaching them how to have a routine. Okay. Listen, getting your outfit together the night before takes 30 minutes off the morning. Y'all know what I'm talking about, 15, 30 minutes. And God forbid you have to iron, okay? That's more sleep for you. Getting your lunches ready the day before. So I don't do it. I see my kid, he makes his PB&J and he puts it in the fridge. And I'm just like, who wants a cold PB&J? Apparently it's delicious to him, right? And so he gets his whole lunch done. There are some mornings when he hasn't done that. But I find that I have country-fed boys, and that little school lunch is not enough. And that can run up into some real coins if we're giving coins to them every day to go buy their lunches. And so for us, I'm like, what do you want to eat? What do you feel like eating? Are you tired of eating this? Okay, let's add something extra into it. I'm always buying the fruit. I let them get some of the stuff they like, the little gummies or whatever. But I have this stuff at home. So we're going to the grocery store on the weekend. Sometimes I'm having to go during the week. I let them get the waters and the Gatorade, right? I have those little bottles, but some of the schools are against you bringing backpacks now, you know, and if you take a backpack, you have to put it in your locker, and that's fine. That's fine. And so he tries to minimize what he takes. Thank goodness, less, right? Keeps most of his stuff at school, only brings home what he needs for homework. Now, this is my kid who is ADD, right? And he has an attention deficit. Now, he's been able to work on that and kind of work through that over the years, so he doesn't have to take medication for it, but he still has issues a little bit with forgetting and also, you know, with decision making just a little bit. He's really grown, doing amazing, you know, keeping his scores up high and all that good stuff. But I wanted him to, you know, challenge himself. And that's what he did over the years. And so he doesn't take medicine for it, but I do still notice that that affects him. And so he may forget this and he may forget that. So I don't fuss about it. You know, if I have to take him something, then, you know, I'll run it up to him. But I've said, hey, I'm not going to always be around. You've got to be able to make a system, okay, to where you get yourself together at night and you know where your things are in the morning and you're ready to go. What if you oversleep? Okay, everything's still already ready. Your lunch is ready. Your backpack is ready. Wash your face, brush your teeth, throw your clothing on, deodorant, whatever, and run on out. And so you can take your showers at night and then freshen up in the morning. Some of y'all like to do both, and you just got to make time for that. So I told that long story just to kind of share with you what my life is like. And these folks right here, unless I am on them, it'll be stuff all over the house. They'll just leave it all right there. Okay, so I'm like, pack it up tonight, pack it up at night, because that's going to take time off in the morning that you're not going to want to do. And I don't get it. But when I was in high school, my family used to tell me, they'd be like, you've been in that bathroom an hour and your hair is still in a ponytail and you have on a t-shirt and jeans. So it's payback. I'm feeling the payback because I'm like, what are you doing in there? And I have no idea what I was doing. I had to have them edges laid just right, you know. But I did the same thing. What's up, Angela? All right. So number one was look around, look ahead for the next 4 months. Think about what's coming up, and kind of get yourself mentally prepared for it. Next thing is put those major things on your calendar so that you don't forget. Okay, like I said, get all of the information the school gives you, everything you know so far as work. Some of y'all have to travel for work. Some of you have to be out of town. Like if you know in October, you're going to have to travel. Hopefully you're getting your sitter, the caregiver, whoever is going to watch your kids for you or assist, or the kid's dad, or if you're co-parenting, whatever, you're getting all of that together now. You need a schedule, right? In addition to the schedule for the kids, knowing, oh, I have my outfits together, I have my schoolwork done. What I do here is when they get home, I'm like, get yourself a snack, relax a little bit, and get on your homework. We're not waiting 2 and 3 and 4 hours for you to be doing this late at night, and then you forget, you fall asleep, it doesn't get done, now you're in trouble at school. Nope, go ahead and knock it out when you get home. Come in, wash your hands, grab yourself a snack, and that's what my kid does. He sits down at that dinner table and he goes at it. Teaching kids how to have some kind of structure, that's going to help you, okay? And if you saw my previous mom chat, you know I spent a lot of time with my kid when he was younger, 3 hours a night. I'm not lying. Like, literally, it just went on for hours, constantly trying to get little bitty things done because he had an attention problem. Once we got him help with that, it became like this to get stuff done. And so if you're having those kind of issues with your kids, just have a doctor talk to them. Just have somebody else that you trust. Just kind of ask them some questions to see what's going on. Some kids do have anxiety. Some people do. They just don't like it. They just don't want to. You know what? They got these fancy gadgets these days, and those are way more fun. And so we've got to find ways to make it interesting and entertaining to them. So when they were little, I would do like the little leap pad games, like your kids who are learning to read. I would get the videos. I made sure they had the little VTech thingy as well to play, like the little kids computer. They got all kind of stuff now. So getting them engaged, it's the game, but they're still learning how to read. They're learning their math, you know? And so do things like that. But at the end of the day, we still got to let our kids know, you know, this is life and life is work. And one day you're going to be a grown up like me, and we don't just get to watch cartoons. And so let's prepare, right? But learning how to make that kind of work fun. All right. So after you have looked ahead and you've seen what is coming, make sure you get it on your calendar. So number two on this is you have to like make a plan, right? So my plan for me, so I can stay sane, so that I can have time to work on the things I'm passionate about, I look at my 24 hours. Yes, I said 24. I didn't say 12. I didn't say 8. I said I look at my 24 hours. I don't do this every day. I don't do this all the time. But sometimes I don't mind burning a little bit of the midnight oil, as long as I'm not letting other things slip. And so I know that when the weekend comes, that's my time. That time belongs to me. I can see clients. Okay, I can create things. And when they were younger, I realized, okay, when these people wake up, they're hungry, right? When they're in that 6, 7, 8, 9 and younger range, they're knocking on the door. They're like, I'm hungry. I got a potty. Good morning, mama. You know, they just come in, right? And I knew that if I wanted to have any kind of me time, any kind of peace, any kind of whatever, that I needed to do things in the mornings before they woke up and things at night when they went to sleep. So you've got to figure out what's your time for you. Yes, this fall schedule is not just about getting the kids where they need to go, getting you where you need to be. There needs to be time in there where you can refresh and recuperate so that you can do this single mama thing, right? And so all those people you see like me who are all happy and smiley, it's because we have decided to say no to some things. We don't say yes to everything, right? And we make time for ourselves. So I have me on my calendar. I can literally look at, you know, I have like the Google app on my phone. I have a Google Calendar. I have a Calendly, and I have Acuity. I have a couple different schedulers that I use. And then I have the one that comes with iPhone. So I'm putting stuff in here, honey, so I can know what's coming. So if somebody says, hey, can you do lunch on Wednesday at da-da-da-da-da? I'm like, give me a second. Let me look. My kid says, hey, there's a parent meeting at 5 o'clock on da-da-da-da-da. Let me look. Let me see what's going on. Let me see if I have a client. You know, so you've got to start getting yourself on your schedule, and you got to start, you know, doing the thing that we don't like to do, which is all this adulting, right? And so having your schedule keeps you structured, organized, and then it also lets you know, oh, crap. I got 5 hours to do nothing if I want to, or I have 5 hours to work on my dream, right? Does this make sense? All right, so make a plan about how you're going to use your time over the fall, right? And so things like, do they have soccer games? Do they have doctor's appointments? You know, when is that annual coming up for you? Like, get all this stuff on your schedule so you know, so it's not last minute. All right, so another thing. all these sports are coming into, play now. You got soccer starting later, I think in October. Volleyball is going on right now. Basketball is probably going to gear up real soon. Right after football. Come on, like they always converge like this. So it's coming, and you don't want to be the person who never makes it, right? I mean, like I said earlier, I am okay with, hey, I can't do it tonight. I just need to have a mommy break. But we do want to show up for them, because my kid is always like, I was looking for you in the stands. And I'm like, it's like thousands of people out here. Why are you looking for me in the stands? but they care, and that helps them play well. And so they want to know that you're there. And so that you can feel like you're feeding you and you're feeding your family, get organized. All right. So let's repeat. Number 1 was look ahead, look around, look ahead. Make sure you're starting to plan, which was number 2, like exactly what really has to happen. This helps you say no to things that are good, but that take away from your free time that you've already penciled in for yourself. All right. And then the third thing I have down is to remind you to look again at the kids' activities, right? And to set them a routine and to stick to it. I kind of talked about that earlier up in 1, but the reason why this is so important is because I see some parents, I mean, they're just going, the moms and the dads are just going. And then when the kids grow up and leave, it's just like, well, who are you? I don't know who you are. We just spent all our life raising kids. Don't do that. Don't do that. Make time for you. If you have a mate, if you have a partner, you got a boo, you got to fit that time in there, right? And then you got to fit that time in for you. All right. And then number 4, like I've been saying the whole time, is to put it on your calendar. Now, there are plenty of things out here that you can use to help this go really easy for you. So like I said, I use Google Calendar. It's free, right? I use calendars that I pay for because I need those for business. And then those connect and integrate with my Google Calendar, as well as the one that's on my iPhone. I always have some little notebooks and planners that I'm carrying around. Y'all know that. I love planners. I'm a planner addict. And then I also create little printables myself, right? And I have this thing called the Single Mom Success Bundle. Why would I create something like that? Because I know that we struggle with it, right? And so I created that bundle. It has a meal planner in there. It has a planner for you to plan your week, right? It has a planner. It has a mind map for you to just map, like, okay, let me get myself together in this single parenting journey. So you can map your life, like what's your dreams, what's your goals, how are you going to get there? I have a money map in there. I have an amazing, bombastic digital spreadsheet. Yes, that is thebomb.com. That helps you account for all your coins, and that helps you find fun money, or gives you room so that you can say, oh, I'm going to put this in my fun money section and do something for me, or your self-care column, whatever you want to call it. So you can give to charity and you can tithe and all those things. And so that bundle, I actually link to it a little bit later, so that anybody who's interested and who's like, oh my God, I got to get organized. I actually have it 50% off this weekend for Labor Day. And I'm doing the same on my books. And y'all know I don't believe in discounting my books this little, but I thought about it and I was like, you know what, let me share with my moms. And if you have questions, go ahead and put them in. And so this is the devotional that I wrote. Can y'all see that? It's called Parent Thrive Win. This one right here, let me tell you, I had a moment this summer where I was like, let me read my own book again. Listen, let me tell you, life comes for all of us. And I'm really big on my faith, and Jesus has just been there and taken me and these boys through 19 years. And so I decided to kind of put in the book what really has, held me up over these years. It's just been talking to the Lord and listening to his word and, applying his word to my life. And it has really just changed me. So I decided to, instead of it being $14.97, I didn't do 50% of it. I think I made it $10. I think I made both books $10. And this one is the Get Your Life Together Guide for Single Moms. This is the one that started it all. It's pretty thick and it's really, really, really good. And it has a chapter on getting organized. Let me show y'all that. So y'all know I'm going to always tell you about great resources, and I'm going to tell you about mine because I know they work because I had to use them. And people say, oh my God, how did you do all this? How did you go to college 5 times with kids? Let me show you how to do it anyway, right? And so I hope you enjoyed these little 4 tips, but creating a fall schedule is something that you got to do if you want to have more time for you, if you want to have more sanity, if you want to have more peace, and if you want to stop saying how, like I saw this post on Twitter, y'all. People were like, How do y'all have time to live your best life, work a full-time job, eat, and keep your house clean? And I was like, what? You know, and it's always these people who are single who have no children. And I'm just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Well, they're doing the same thing that you and I do or have done. And that is, we are saying yes to everything. And we haven't learned how to say no to good things, but they aren't the things that we should be working on right now. So the things that you should be working on, you're going to figure those out when you create your fall schedule. So, I mean, you can start like I did with a little notebook, and you can start saying, okay, what's really coming ahead? If I were you, I would write down September, you know, and I would be like, September, kind of what are the big events that happen in September, right? If every Friday night your kid has a game, every Tuesday, whatever, I would just make like a little list first. Then I would do October, then I do November, then I do December, just so you can have that mental big picture view. Excuse me. And then I would break it down. I would break it down on my calendar. Okay, now what does that look like? And start penciling that stuff in. If we take 30 minutes on a Sunday, and tomorrow is Labor Day, and some of you do not have to go to work, right? So if you take 30 minutes today, 30 minutes tomorrow, do like I said, rise early while the house is asleep. Get you some coffee, turn on some great music, read a devotional, talk to God. You know, do the things that help get your spirit set, right? That help you get refreshed and excited. You know, that help you be like, oh my God, I can find peace and quiet. Because let me tell you, there were times when these little people were tiny together and it was constantly, mama, 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 this one hit me, this one has my this, tell such and such. And that's the process of parenting, where you learn to say, okay, we're not gonna do this. So getting yourself organized so that you can handle the stuff of life, the parenting, the things that pop up, the unexpected, whatever that is, right? And so setting a fall schedule is very different from when they're off for the holidays, because they have no schedule. You know, most of us just kind of let them run. I let them do what they want. We're watching, you know, when it's Christmas, we're watching the Christmas movies and hanging out, and they're eating constantly all day because they're here. You know, and then when it's time to go back to school, folks got to learn how to go to bed on time. And these people are older, so y'all already know I have just let go of the 10 o'clock and the 11 o'clock bedtime rule. And I'm like, but you fool around and don't get up, okay? You fool around and let your grades slip. It's going to be a problem. I'm going to get all devices and you're going to be on a curfew. But when they were in junior high, early high school, of course, I was like, listen, buds, no later than 11 o'clock. And there was a time when it was 10, and there was a time when it was 9, right? And so we do that because they need their rest. They don't think they do, but they need their rest. And they also need to eat, right? And then they need to get their rest. And so we make sure that's done and things are taken care of. But if you currently just don't have a handle on them doing homework, don't have a handle on where they're supposed to be, where you're supposed to be, take some time and just sit down and say, I can't keep living like this. Right? I've got to get us all organized. And so I tell my kid now, I'm like, listen, you got to let me know when you find things out. And it took time. You know, if your coach says something's changed, there's a new date for this, a new time for that, you need to let me know ahead of time. So because we've done that and we've been practicing it, he now lets me know. And I just go right on in and put it into my phone. And what I love about it is I have it set to where everything always lets me know a week ahead and then 30 minutes before, whenever the thing is. And then sometimes I set like 2 hours out alarms so that I can be on time, right? And so it's just a cool thing to do. But I remind you that it is important for us to wake up. You know, why do I do this? Why do I do Mom Chat? And why do I keep talking about mindset and focus and all this stuff and relieving stress? Is because when you're one person doing everything and all the things, you can easily get overwhelmed and stressed out. And many of you are there right now, right? And so all the wishing and all the wanting never makes it go away. It's just some wishing and wanting. We have to step up and be the ones that get our lives organized, that take control of what we can take control of, because we can't control everything. And then we have to learn how to leave the rest alone. So this is why I talk about, you know, what are the things that you should really be doing, you know, and it happens to me too. But what are the things that you should be saying no to? And we can figure those things out. We're not passionate about them. It's serving no purpose for us to really be there. We're just doing it to save face or doing it because somebody asked us, and we're kind of pushed over sometimes, right? Yeah, don't do that. You could have been getting your nails done. You could have been taking a relaxing bubble bath. You could have been somewhere where you're meeting Mr. Wonderful. You could have been hanging out with people you want to spend time with. You could have been spending more time with your kids. You could have been at home doing nothing and relaxing your brain, whatever that is. And so don't let people steal your time. You give your time to yourself and to your dreams and to your passions and to your family. Does it make sense? Okay, so this is why having a fall schedule is so important. So earlier I talked to you about if you have any questions to put them down there. And so if you do, what's the cost of the girl, I'm just talking. What's the cost of the Single Mom Success Bundle? It's regular $47 and half off is like $23.50. And it's at my store. I'll type it in. It's at Katie, that's my nickname, .selz, SELZ.com. And I decided I was going to have it at 50% off until tomorrow night at midnight. So if you are looking for a bundle with 10 freaking awesome tools in it that downloads as soon as you order it, and it helps you get your whole life together. Like literally, I had a mom who ordered it, and she's in England, and she was like, first she had issues getting the spreadsheet, and I was like, it should automatically let you download it. But so let me just tell y'all that. So what I did is I have it restricted so that everybody's not working in the same spreadsheet. So you'll have to, there's an information sheet that's in the bundle that tells you to download it. But anyway, the fact is that she's all the way in the UK and she's supporting a mom over here in the States, and she loves her bundle. And then I have other moms who bought it and they're just like, oh my God, I'm getting my life together right now. And that makes me happy, right? Because that particular spreadsheet, I have used it all these years. I used it to help me pay down 10 credit cards. It is like life-giving, and I have it set to where it has a couple copies already pre-programmed, and you can always just constantly keep adding a new sheet and it'll copy over. And let me just tell y'all, life. It is so worth it. And so you will get 10 tools. I think I added another one. So now it's 10 tools instead of 9. And people who bought it when it was 9 tools, it just should send you an email and you get the 10th thing. But I'm constantly thinking like, what do we need? We need to know how to cook. We need to, well, if I can't help you with the knowing how to cook yet. I want my little show on Food Network, but one day. But we need to know what we're cooking, and we need to know how to save money in that, because I used to give Wally World all my coins. I'm talking about just $300. What did I get? I saw that and I saw this and I saw that, and doing that all the time. That doesn't make any sense. And so I literally can go in Walmart for $60 a week, period, and feed these people. And so, but that's when we have to, not go hungry. Don't go hungry. And when you make a list and you're like, okay, this goes with that, I have this, let me do it, and you're not wasting. Like, I realized that we wasted a lot of food and things by just buying up so much stuff at once. And now I don't have my additional freezer that I had, which I hated, to part with. And so now that's how I can keep my shopping trips down, because I used to really pack on when I could store extra stuff, but the place we moved to doesn't have enough room for it, so I had to give it away. And so, but anyway, what am I getting at? We need to be able to organize our lives, because, if you're like me, you want them to have good food and you want them to eat right. And when they're little bitty tykes, you want to be there with them. You want to read them bedtime stories, and you want to hang out with them, and you want to hear about their day, and you want to make sure they're good. All these things that good parents do. But we also have to know when to turn it off and say, okay, I can have certain days during the week that we read. It doesn't have to be every night, although that's cool if I can get it in. Some days when I'm tired, it's okay for me to just say, all right, babies, we're going to read 2 stories tomorrow, and we're going to all go to sleep early. You can do that. But we have these ideas in our head that we have to be perfect like our childhood was. But when you're doing it by yourself, the rules have changed. And so you get to make your own rules. I said this before and I'll say it again. You get to decide how you want to run your family and what you and your kids do. So I hope I gave y'all some good tips. But yes, they have places to put everything, and they're boys, and they're smelly, and they're messy. Don't get it twisted, okay? You come over here and be like, let me see that room. And I'll be like, listen, enter, at your own risk. But you got to keep the rest of our house straight. And every now and again, I'll go over there and pitch and rear, and then, they'll get it cleaned up. And I'm just like, okay, that's something I had to just accept. I don't know what it is, but thank God that I feel like having a clean space, right? And so, but there are things that I need them to do so that our life can function. And those things you gonna do. So have your stuff where you can find it. Get your stuff together the night before. Make sure this homework is taken care of, because I'm an educator as well. Y'all know I'm not playing. I better not hear about anybody not doing well when you could have asked me. We could have got you the tutoring, all of that. Well, And if I see you playing some Candy Crush and Dungeons and whatever this is y'all playing on these little cell phones, oh, no. And the work isn't done, give it to me. Give it to me. And so that's what you get to do as a parent. That's, it sucks, but that's what we have to do. We get to be the people that they don't like for a minute or two, while we make sure that they're growing up into being great people, right? And they're taking care of their education so that they can compete on the level that they need to. That's what we do this for, right? And they can take care of themselves one day. And then we can do what we want to do when they're grown, right? Mama, I need you to watch the baby, honey. Well, I'm in Tahiti right now, so let me help you get a sitter or something. Listen, that's the dream. You understand? That's my dream. Like, yes, I love my grandbabies, but I'm not trying to be my mama. Thank you, mama. I love you. But no. Don't go have them and bring them to me. No, I'm going to help you make sure you can get a caregiver. And so get a nanny. Listen, let's look, let's see. Granny want to live. Granny fabulous. Don't make me a grandma too soon. All right, I'm cutting up now, so that means it's time. All right, so if you have enjoyed Mom Chat, definitely share this with somebody. Replay viewers, we appreciate you. Y'all know I get tickled. I tickle myself. But I really just want you to start thinking about, how does the fall go? How do you make this school year successful for them? If your kids are grown, how do you organize yourself so you get more living in? You know what? If your if your kiddos are older and you haven't gotten out and hung out with the girlfriends, you feel like you haven't met a man that's interesting in your life these days, it's time for you to take some of those hours and not spend them in front of the tube, or not spend them reading the latest steamy romance novel. And it's time to get your behind up out there, girl, and go live, get cute, get dressed up, and go live, right? Go and just be found living. That's one of my favorite phrases. Be found living. And if you need some help in the dating confidence area, you already know that I'm a dating confidence coach, and I have a program specifically set up for single moms to find love. And so I know a couple women have worked with me in there. And listen, we had 1 year where 3 ladies were all engaged to be married, and, just some good reports coming out of that. And so let me tell you, I am going to go get ready for mañana, and I actually have to do a little bit of work on the Spanish side. Y'all know I have a business called Spanish for Small Business. And if you are interested in learning Spanish, I'm your girl. You need to holler at me. But I have some things in line with that business. Going to be doing a lot of heavy promoting and marketing, and lots of good things coming down the line. And I'm so excited because a lot of single moms are like, I want to learn Spanish, and they've been reaching out. And so, but this mom brand of mine, this passion, this purpose, this work that I do here at kwandalam.com is for you. And the most rewarding thing is for a mom to come and tell me, I figured out how to get my budget together. I walked away from an abusive relationship. I now know how to feel closer to my kids and not feel like I'm a bad parent. I know how to, get us from where we are to where we need to be, thanks to you and what you wrote, Kwanda. It's the most amazing feeling. And it is my life's work to do this. And I thank God that he chose me. And so that is why if you need some good inspiration, and not just inspiration, but actual how-to steps to single parent, let me not forget to remind you to use that link. And I already made it $10, this one and this one. And I'm telling you, like, I never do that. Ooh, I never do that. Right now, I'm like, ooh, you did that, Kwanda? Ooh. Because they're that good. It's literally like coaching in a book. And so the only thing that I ask is that you actually read them and do the work. If you read them and do the work at the end of the chapters, it will really help you reach the transformation that you're looking for. And so for $10 until tomorrow night at midnight. And also the Single Mom Success Bundle is on for half off. So Listen, I'm trying to give y'all these tools to help y'all move forward, have an amazing fall, an amazing year, and to just start moving forward. Because you know what? I was stuck a long time, and I don't want that to be you. It took me 3 years to realize I was spinning my wheels. And you know what? The rest is history once I got started. So thank you for tuning in today to Mom Chat. Next Sunday, what will we talk about? If you have some ideas, some things you would like me to discuss from the single mom perspective, whether it's about starting a business, whether it's about parenting, or whether it's about dating, let me know, because those are 2 things I love to do. I help you make more money, I help you manage motherhood, and I help you win at life as a winning single mom. And I will talk to you soon. God bless and have a good night. Bye, Instagram. All right, Facebook, y'all know y'all are always the last to go. And I pray that this has been a blessing to you. Y'all know I can talk, honey. And so if you have questions, come back and post them in the chat, and I'll be sure to answer them. Hey, Maida, how you doing? I love you, girl, all the way from Japan. Let me tell y'all, I have met so many amazing women. Listen, Canada, Australia, Japan, the UK, all around the world, Hong Kong, women have, connected with this amazing movement that I've been trying to start of doing it anyway. We could stop and we could cry and we can wallow in the pain and the rejection, or we can get up and say, you know what, I'm going to win anyway. And so, hey girl, hey, good to see you. I hope you and baby are well. I've been seeing some of your photos out there, and so I know life is good, and that is so good to see and hear. And so sometimes God allows us to have reconciliation, and we have some women who were single moms and then they got married, but they still stay attached to the group because they love the support. And I'm just so thankful to be able to have that available for you guys. So speaking of which, if you're a single mother and you're not a part of my Facebook group, it's called Winning Single Moms. And so look for it and it'll come up. And, all you have to do is be a single mom, and you have to, really want to come into a group that is about being positive and, giving and also receiving good feedback and supporting other sisters. And hey, we'll let you in. So I'm going to run off and get ready for the next thing. And I pray that this has been awesome for you. I'm super thankful that I get to do this every Sunday at 7. And I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye, y'all.